Echoes of ash, peons and kings.
For 6 months, the hub had been an impossible miracle, a fragile sanctuary carved out of the crushing gray silence where survivors of the devastating blowout could finally find peace, safety, and true socialization. Deep within the cramped, pipeline subterranean corridors, illuminated only by the low, flickering glow of warm amber filaments, a diverse community of the people of the ash lived their lives together, sharing a fleeting moment of protected humanity. When the attack came, the slaughter was instantaneous. The enforcers breached the main sector doors in a violent spray of fire and shrapnel, advancing like ruthless giants in high-fashion tactical armor of charcoal, ox blood, and polished brass. Their featureless obsidian helmets offered no expression, defined only by the cold, horizontal crimson visor lines that systematically locked onto their targets. High-velocity kinetic rounds tore through the bunker, cutting down members of the community mid-stride and leaving graphic, spraying trails of crimson across the cold iron floors. Desperate to survive, Marina, baby Mira, Elena, and Viktor Sokolov scrambled into a narrow, dead-end utility corridor to hide. They huddled together in the shifting shadows, their breathing ragged, listening to the muffled screams and the rhythmic, sickening thuds of executions echoing just beyond the walls. But the illusion of safety shattered when a scuttling, multi-legged Spires drone dropped from an overhead ventilation grate. Its mechanical eye swiveled, casting a sharp, deep blue tracking beam directly onto their huddled forms. The piercing light painted them in the darkness. They were exposed. Hearing the heavy, synchronized crunch of enforcer boots turning toward their corridor, Victor made a split-second, tragic choice. He shoved Marina and Elena toward the back emergency escape grate, then stepped back out into the main hallway, grabbing the heavy manual iron locking wheel of the decompression barrier. Realizing what he was doing, Elena lunged for the door. "No!" she screamed, slamming her bloody hands against the reinforced glass pane. "Victor, run! Come with us!" Victor strained against the rusted brass mechanism from the outside, his knuckles turning pure white as he forced the heavy door shut, sealing the women and the baby safely on the inside. He gave Elena one last, somber look through the glass, his breath briefly fogging the pain before turning his back to them to face the inferno. The scuttling drone clamped onto Victor's shoulder, blinding him with its brilliant blue tracking beam as an enforcer stepped out of the smoke, raising a dark metal rifle. Elena screamed hysterically, pounding her fists against the unyielding glass as the enforcer opened fire at point-blank range. Heavy kinetic rounds tore mercilessly through Victor's chest, a brutal graphic execution that threw his body violently backward. He collapsed against the iron door, sliding down the glass and leaving a thick, dark smear of blood behind. Sobbing uncontrollably, Elena refused to leave the door until Marina physically dragged her away. Clutching Mira desperately to her chest, Marina forced them through the rusted emergency hatch, finally emerging into the freezing, toxic twilight of the dunes. Above them, a massive Spires patrol ship hovered ominously, its heavy silhouette dominating the lightning-streaked sky as the gray silence swallowed the final, broken cries of the sanctuary.